Hi everyone, I'm Marcy, and today I'm making fry bread. Actually, I'm making Navajo tacos, but you can't make them without fry bread. So I'm starting with that, and this is a very simple recipe made with ingredients you probably already have on hand, and they're oh so delicious. The inspiration for today's recipe came from a recent trip we took to Gallup, New Mexico, which is the heart of Native American country. I shared in a bonus video with you all that Tony and I went to the intertribal Indian ceremonial, and while there, we enjoyed some Navajo tacos, which are made with fry bread. So I thought I'd go ahead and make some today, and here's what you're going to need. 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup of the fat of your choice. I'm using lard, but you can use shortening or you can even use vegetable oil. 2 to 3 cups of warm water, and finally enough oil for deep frying. So let's go ahead and get started. First, measure out your 4 cups of flour into a large mixing bowl. To it, add the baking powder and the salt. Mix it all together with clean hands. Then add in the fat, breaking it up with your fingers so that you're left with a slightly more crumbly flour mixture. Now make a little well in the center and start adding the water in a little at a time. It's important that you don't add it all in at once. First, because you may not need it all, but also because it will result in a smoother, more pliable dough. I ended up using about 2 cups, and that was enough to make my dough come together with no flour left on the sides of the bowl. It will be a bit tacky, but go ahead and take the dough out of the bowl and place it on a flat surface and knead with your hands for a few minutes until it's no longer sticky. Once you have a smooth ball of dough like this, place it back in the bowl, get a little oil or fat on your hands, and rub it on the top of your dough. This will help prevent the top from drying as you let it rest for 20 to 30 minutes. You'll also want to cover it with plastic and/or a kitchen towel for good measure. While the dough is resting, I'll go ahead and make the filling for the Navajo tacos. I simply heat a large skillet with just a little olive oil in it and then add some ground beef that I'm just going to break up as it cooks. I'll clear a small section of the pan so that I can add in some chopped onion and give it some fry time. Then I'm also going to add some hatch green chili that I pulled from my freezer this morning, and this is going to make it more flavorful. I'll season with salt, garlic powder, and a little pepper. Finally, we add in some pinto beans. I cooked these fresh yesterday, but you can use canned if you preferred. And you just use as much or as little as you like. Once everything is fully cooked, I'll take it off the burner and cover with the lid so that it stays hot while I'm making the fry bread. The dough has now rested 30 minutes, and I've got about an inch deep of vegetable oil already in my pan, so I'm just going to set the burner to medium-high heat. And as the oil is heating, I'll divide the dough into 8 equal parts. I'll form each piece into a ball. Then one at a time, I'm going to flatten and then stretch it out with my hands as best as I can. You can also use a rolling pin, but it's more traditional to do it this way, just stretching and rotating or flipping it back and forth between your hands until you're left with a thin, roundish piece of dough. Now, I was taught to use your finger to poke a hole in the center of your fry bread, and this will ensure that the center gets cooked properly. Now carefully place the dough into the hot oil and let it cook on the one side long enough for the bottom to turn golden brown before flipping it over and letting it fry on the other side. Then take it out of the oil, let as much of it drain back into the pan before placing it on its side so that the excess oil can continue to drain onto some paper towels. Then it's time to make the next one. As time goes on, you'll get the hang of it and you'll fall into a routine with one frying while you're already beginning to stretch the next one. Using a fork like this also helps to poke holes where necessary to ensure even frying.
All right, we are all done with the fry bread, so now we can assemble our Navajo tacos while they're nice and hot.
I'll add a layer of chili beans over my fry bread. Followed by some shredded lettuce, some diced tomatoes, some shredded cheese, and a little onion.
Doesn't this look beautiful? Now you can fold it in half and eat it like a giant taco, or it's much easier to eat with a fork and a knife. So I'm going to cut a little piece here and try to get as much as I can on one bite. This is so delicious. The fry bread is soft and pillowy. It's amazing what frying dough will do. Navajo tacos are such a treat, and as you saw, they're so easy to make, so I really hope that you make them. Now, if you didn't check out my last bonus video, be sure to click on the up next video so that you don't miss out on that. And I also want to say ahehe, which means thank you in Navajo. I appreciate you watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, blessings from my kitchen to yours.